Hey guys, and welcome to the first episode of Lore Profiles. This is a series where I intend to go over the aspects of Metroid lore, be it about characters, planets, factions, and more. In this video, we will be going over Weavel, a hunter from Metroid Prime Hunters. We know very little about Weavel. We don't even know what planet he is from. However, we do know some things about him. Weavel is a Special Forces soldier under the Space Pirates. His biological body was replaced with a power suit, with his brain and spinal cord being fused into the suit, thus leaving him as a cybernetic space pirate. His body was left permanently damaged thanks to a previous battle with Samus Aran. This is reported to have happened in Brinstar on Zebes. When this occurred though is unknown, as we don't see their encounter in any media or games. After becoming a cyborg, Weavel became a bounty hunter for the Space Pirates. What for specifically is unknown. Jobs could range from gathering intelligence to simply moving cargo. Weavel also possesses a ship of his own, the type of which is also not known. During the events of Metroid Prime Hunters, Weavel competes with several bounty hunters to obtain the ultimate power, including his nemesis, Samus Aran. What he intended to do with the ultimate power is unknown. He may have wanted to use it for himself, or to better the pirate cause. He tried to achieve his mission using a number of gadgets and weapons. A notable trait of Weavel is his ability to split into two bodies, known as the half-turret form. His upper body would roam around on joined fingers and would leap to attack, while his lower body would act as a turret, firing his unique weapon onto enemies, the Battle Hammer. He also sports the Space Pirate trademark of the glowing scythe on the forearm. That is as much as we know about Weavel canonically, and the video would end here, but given who I am, I can't help but speculate or make up stories for certain things. Weavel is no exception, so this next section is going to focus on what I have in mind for what Weavel could be, and let me just say that he has so much potential. First off, we're going to slightly alter something. Instead of Samus and Weavel fighting on Brinstar, we're going to move their encounter onto the Space Pirate mothership during Zero Mission. Since it was only mentioned once in a Nintendo Power magazine that Samus and Weavel fought in Brinstar, this being a slight change shouldn't be a problem. So, Weavel would be one of the grey Space Pirates that Samus encounters in Zero Mission. This would occur after Samus receives her legendary power suit. He could be the first or second grey pirate in Zero Mission. It doesn't really matter which one. Either way, Samus would defeat Weavel here and move on, giving surrounding pirates a chance to rescue Weavel and escape before the ship explodes. From here, things will remain largely the same. Weavel would be reconstructed in a power suit and would become a bounty hunter for the Space Pirates. Now this is where things will get very different. I feel that Weavel would have wanted to be the leader of the Space Pirates, and given his newfound strength, he has the ability to, but not with Ridley around. He would conspire and plot to overthrow Ridley, but because of Ridley's power, he is unable to take command. Why Weavel wouldn't have been able to between Zero Mission and Prime would be because he himself was going under cybernetic reconstruction, much like Ridley. Then comes the time for Metroid Prime Echoes and corruption. He very well could have been in charge of the Space Pirates during this time, hence why pirates seem all over the place during Echoes. However, thanks to Dark Samus intervening, he would have to back down, even more so now that Ridley was revived. It would be after corruption that he'd finally be able to realize his goal. Here he would rule with quite the iron fist, and would punish anyone who questioned his rule and order. His tactics would not be very impressive, given that he was merely a soldier previously. Weavel would shut down anyone who dared oppose his title, usually executing those who attempted to overthrow him. The Space Pirates would secretly begin to plot against Weavel, starting to rebuild Ridley once more. This would take some time however due to Ridley's state after corruption, which surprisingly didn't kill him. During Weavel's rule, he would order raids against planets, supply ships, and Galactic Federation vessels, some of which Sylux, another bounty hunter that originated from Hunters, would have targeted, bringing the two hunters into conflict once again. This would be during Samus' struggles against Sylux, which is likely to be shown in Metroid Prime 4 and potential sequels if the game does well. Sylux would seem very organized in comparison to Weavel and his troopers, which would act very sporadic and seem to have no leadership. Weavel himself would be very capable and a strong individual. However, once things get dire, he becomes a coward, finding any way to get out of bad situations, not wanting to face the possibility of death again. Samus and Weavel would clash occasionally, but their last battle would be almost decisive. Samus would leave Weavel in an almost broken mess, who calls upon his Space Pirate forces to aid him in escape. After Samus deals with Sylux, Weavel and his troops would later take off to a Space Pirate base, which so happens to be Zebes. This is where he would begin to issue orders frantically. However, his troopers wouldn't listen to him. He would become very confused and angry, preparing to fire at the disobedient when something huge burst through the door, to which would make Weavel freeze instantly. A low growl would echo throughout the room and a hazy breath would wave in, as a pair of glowing yellow eyes gleamed from the darkness. Out would slowly stomp Ridley, in his Proteus form. Weavel would begin to beg and plead to Ridley, saying how he was only ruling in his absence. Ridley would easily see through these lies. He would stab through Weavel's chest with his tail, pulling him close, deeply snarling with a grin before obliterating Weavel's face with a fireball shockwave. After Weavel's demise, Ridley would get word from scouts on SR-388 that Samus was killing Metroids. He would give orders to fortify the base and would issue orders to Kraid, Phantoon, and Dragon to protect their lairs at all cost. Ridley would leave the base to take on Samus alone. Weavel's body would lay discarded against a pillar, ahead of Kraid's lair. So that was my idea for what role Weavel should play in the Metroid universe. In case you didn't notice something, the dynamic of Weavel wanting to become the leader of the Space Pirates, as well as how he acts, is largely inspired by Starscream from Transformers. I largely view the Space Pirates as something akin to the Decepticons, where the leader is the most intelligent and most powerful member of the entire organization, with others fighting for power. I largely wanted to explore the Space Pirates through Weavel, to get a feel for how they work and interact with each other without Ridley to control them. The factions in the Metroid universe definitely need expanding, because just having the bad guys be bad and the good guys be good, it's kind of boring. But I hope you guys liked this video, it was fun to make. Once again, shoutouts to Ryou for making the icon for this channel, it's great as always. The links to his work is in the description below, check him out, his work is awesome. Thank you again to Metroid X Productions for being a patron, it means so much to me, and thank you again man, you're awesome. Now with that out of the way, click that subscribe button if you want to see more Metroid content like this. And follow me on Twitter if you want to know what I'm up to. So with that, I'm that Metroid guy, and I will see you in the next mission. Bye bye.